Hi, this is Helen Todd with Jason Fried from 37 Signals and author of REWORK. So Jason, tell me about the book and 37 Signals.
Sure, so REWORK is our book about business, sort of how to start a business, how to build a business, and how to grow or not grow the business. It's not the typical business book, which is all about grow, how to make your small company big. It's about how to find the right size. It's about making things easy on yourself. I think a lot of business books make things hard on you, and a lot of businesses are just really good at making things difficult and complicated. So we want to keep it easy and simple and be lazy in many ways, and there's nothing wrong at all with that. So that's kind of the book. The book's about, it's quick, you can read it in a couple hours. It's 90 different short essays, 2 pages each roughly, about sort of our take on hiring, productivity, the evolution of a business, growing it, not growing it, having a point of view, all those sorts of things.
All right, great. And what was your interruption one? Because I think that's very relevant to the social media people out there with Twitter and 20 million distractions a day.
So I think the business world today is filled with interruptions, and it's really killing productivity. People are working longer and longer hours now. It's not because there's more work to get done, it's because they don't work at work anymore. They work early in the morning or late at night or on the weekends because that's when there's no interruptions. That's when they can be alone and get stuff done. But when they go to work, they're just like interrupted all the time, either conference calls or meetings or people calling their name, and their day is fragmented into a bunch of smaller and smaller work moments, and you can't get anything done like that. So you're at the office from 9 to 5 or whatever, and you're like, God, I got nothing done today. That happens all the time to people.
Yeah,
and they did a lot of stuff.
It's happened to me.
It's funny because they did a lot of things, but they didn't get anything done.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. So I think it's mostly based around interruptions. We got to get rid of those interruptions.
You mentioned in your talk right here, since we're at South by Southwest Interactive, the use of language, and I think that's also very applicable to social media.
Yeah.
And would you like to expand on that?
Sure. So the thing I talked about was apologizing or saying I'm sorry. You know, there's a big difference between saying I apologize and I'm sorry. A human being typically says I'm sorry when they really mean it. A business, on the other hand, will say something like I apologize for any inconvenience I may have caused you. And that's like a non-apology apology, and it's just symptomatic of companies not thinking about what they're saying. They're just saying something and trying to be as comfortable and PC as possible and like as professional as they can be, but they come off sounding like idiots. Who wants to talk to someone who speaks like that, you know? So my whole take is just like keep it as human as you possibly can, be honest, just say I'm sorry if you're sorry and just leave it at that. So, and that's just one example of language, but if you look at a lot of corporate websites especially, the language they use to describe themselves is like, we're a full service provider of business solutions. Like, what does that mean? But everyone says it, like everybody's saying that. And so I feel like companies aren't even reading what they're writing, they're just writing. And we need to start reading what we're writing and making sense of it.
So how do you sign your emails when you write to people?
I just sign my name, Jason, at the end.
No cheers.
Sincerely, no cheers. I don't do that. I hope this finds you well, which is really annoying me. Everyone's starting that now. But you know, everyone's got their own thing. I just sign my name.
Okay.
I mean, I don't need a salutation at the end. Everyone, you know, what do you need that for?
How do you open up emails?
With someone's name, always. I don't like when I get emails without your name at the top because it sort of depersonalizes it. So I just say like, I always say person's name, dash the email, and then dash my name at the end.
Awesome. So I deal a lot with social media companies, and your products at 37 Signals could actually help out a lot. So why don't you tell us a little bit about them?
Sure. So we make a variety of different products that are all web-based, and our most popular one's called Basecamp, and it's a way to collaborate on a project, any kind of project, online in a central place. So take, for example, let's say you're an architect, and you are building a project with a client. You might keep all your blueprints online using Basecamp, share to-do lists, share notes, share files, share schedule, when does something due, who's responsible for doing it, that sort of thing. All centrally online in a centralized place so you can get to it from anywhere. Instead of having to shoot emails back and forth, which is what most people do, you use Basecamp instead. And then the other product I'll talk about is called HighRise, which is a way to keep track of all the people you talk to in business. I found myself talking to a lot of people and then forgetting what I talked about, and who I talked to, and when I talked to them, what we said, and when I need to follow up next, and the whole thing. So we built HighRise to basically keep track of who you talked to, what was said, and what to do next. And it's incredibly useful because most people just don't do this in their business. They don't keep track of these things. And so you're never prepared for the next time you talk to someone because you forgot what you talked about last time. HighRise prevents that, so that's
awesome.
What that's about. Yeah.
I might have to try that out.
You should check out HighRise. So, HighRise is our fastest growing product. It's really taken off right now.
Well, cool. Yeah. So if people want to find you on Twitter, email, your websites, how do people find you?
So 37signals, signals.com is our website. you can email me just direct at Jason at 37signals, or on Twitter I'm Jason Fried, F-R-I-E-D, or at Jason Fried, whatever the Twitter thing. So you can hit me up there too. Also on Wednesdays from 3 to 5 p.m. Central Time, I take phone calls. So you can call what I call office hours and ask me about our products or complain about them or whatever you want to say. I take calls for 2 hours on Wednesdays from 3 to 5 as well.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
Sure, my pleasure.